Hello.
Hello, everybody. It is another Friday. Well, it will be when you're watching this. It is, what is tomorrow? It is January 5th, 2024. The very first matchbook of the new year. Cool. As usual, we're back with a little list of things that we find cool or interesting or noteworthy or fascinating or whatever it is. And we're going to share them with one another. And as always, they are a surprise.
Although we're always around each other, so it's not like a huge surprise.
But it's been busy. Mm-hmm. We've had a busy stretch since about December 22nd.
Which is why my list is a little wonky this week.
Discombobed.
Yeah.
Mine's a little discombobed too.
Okay.
So welcome back. It's super windy here. Mm-hmm. So if it's noisy, we do apologize. Cool.
Go ahead.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right, I get to dive in first. So this was going to be my number 6, but I'm moving it to my number 1.
Okay.
And I have to go grab it. I have a prop.
Oh, okay.
My number 6 is a gift that this one got me for Christmas, and it is called a Huggaroo. Oh. And it is this. It is a warming neck pillow. Hold on.
I was wondering what gift you were going to grab. Hello. I'll just wait here until you grab your Huggaroo. So you're taking it out of the microwave.
So it goes in the microwave. And as you're learning it, you have to adjust accordingly because...
So how long do you microwave it
Well,
for?
so I think the sweet spot on this one is 4 minutes. But the game changer is I put it on a plate.
Oh.
If you put it on a plate, it doesn't affect the microwave as much. So it looks like this. And you wear it like this. And look at this. The game-changing component to this is that it's weighted. And so it goes down on your sore shoulders. But then it also...
It has like a collar.
Collars up onto your sore neck. And it is amazing. And I'm not even one that usually likes being warm. But my muscles are always sore. Mm-hmm. And Sarah bought me this so that it can help my muscles de-sore themselves. And I love it so much. I'm going to wear it until I get overheated. Okay. But it's called the Huggaroo. It's super awesome. We've had a few of these, and Sarah's even made me some by hand because, of course, she did. But eventually they were filled with, what are those little beans?
I think I put
little buckwheats.
Lentils in them. Or no, yeah, buckwheat.
Little buckwheats. And eventually they burn and stuff. And apparently these ones are filled with like little polyester ones. Oh. So they don't burn. Yeah. Or so they say.
And it doesn't have a scent, which is...
It is unscented.
Big for you.
It is big. Because I think some of them are like lavender or something, and I like lavender, but when it's like all up in your biz.
Right up your nose.
That's my number. It was my number 6, but I moved it to number 1 so I could enjoy it the entirety of our video.
Smart.
I know.
Okay. So my number 1, I have to open up my phone. So
That's hot as the blazes, that tea.
An NPR article.
Ooh.
That was just kind of fun. 9 ways to get healthier in 2004 without even trying very hard.
2004?
Yeah. First you time travel.
First you get in the DeLorean.
And then it's fine.
Also, wait, can I push pause real fast? Can we just take note, everybody, collectively, at Sarah's new reading glasses?
Oh.
She looks like such a freaking babe in these.
But
I can't even handle it.
Sort of a grandmother,
No
too.
way. If you're a grandmother, then I am one of the many that now searches for elderly
Oh, God. Okay.
stuff.
Anyway. So it's just 9 little tips on how to get healthier, and they're all very easy. Like, if you don't want to go to the gym, there are different things that you can do for exercise. I'm not going to go through...
Wait, what was that one, though? That says something about flip hunger into satisfaction with this cheap superfood. What is it?
So, let's see. I think it's just fiber.
Oh.
Yeah.
Eating food.
So, like eating oats. And, I mean, it's all kind of stuff that we
It's very
know.
NPR-y.
Yeah. But it was also kind of nice because it's, I don't know, at the beginning of the year, I feel like you're bombarded with all these ways that you need to be better.
Yeah, I agree.
Which I guess I'm just adding to that. But
but it's nice to have it simplified.
They're just easy ones.
I like that.
So.
Well, and we all need, I think that's what's great.
And this last week was so crazy that.
It was.
I didn't really have time. I mean, crazy in a great way, but we just didn't have a whole lot of time for like researching like we usually do. And so, yeah.
I like that one.
That's my number one.
And as per usual, we'll link to all these. Dude, my hair looks crazy. As per usual, we'll link to all these and stuff. Look what's going on.
You should have your hair stuff as one of them because your
Maybe
hair
next week.
stuff is amazing.
I'll do it next week.
Okay.
Here, do you want to take a turn on this so you can really get the majesty?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Let me get your hair out of the way.
Thanks.
Cool. All right. My other number one that is now my number two, but is still number one in my heart. You're going to lose your mind on this one.
Okay.
I will show you when we are done. It is a video. Andrew Scott breaking down his most iconic characters he's ever played. And he goes into like what he was thinking about when he was doing it.
Oh my God.
So we are huge Andrew Scott fans. We have been for a long, long time. I think
he's top 3 for me.
Yeah. I think our love really grew during Sherlock. That's when we like really fell in love.
But then Fleabag just
sealed the deal. He was, in case you don't know who we're talking about, he was the sexy priest in Fleabag. He was Moriarty in Sherlock. He's unbelievable. He's one of the best actors ever. In addition to watching this video that I will link, you should also watch, there's some videos of him performing Shakespeare, and he is just ridiculous.
Also, if you haven't watched Fleabag, or maybe you're not interested in it at all and you refuse to watch it, if you can't and will not, at least find Andrew Scott's speech during the wedding about love, and just watch that. If that's all you're gonna do, just do that, and you will
that's good advice.
Thank me.
So yeah, this is Andrew Scott breaking down his most iconic characters, and I can't wait for you to watch it.
Yay!
It's so good. Maybe we can put it on. Oh, I'm not gonna have dinner with you tonight.
No.
Yeah, we can watch it.
Okay.
So that's my number one, which was, or now it's in my number two, but it was my number one.
Okay.
Sweet.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn, love.
Okay. So my number two is, actually I have 2 of my things this week are, so at the beginning of every year, I think because we're slow with weddings and I start to get anxious about the year to come and like paying our bills and all that stuff. That's when the beginning of the year was when I always am like, maybe I should try this. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do this. So I'm going to talk about 2 of my newest things that I'm going to be doing.
Okay. I actually know what these are, but I'm so excited. Okay. Also, before you talk about them, we are wedding photographers.
Oh, yeah. By the way.
In addition to the other things that she's going to be talking about. This is when we start opening our schedule, and we got some openings. So if you or anyone you know.
Yes.
But now on to the real excitement.
Okay. So.
I'm so excited.
During the week and during the day, I am home while you are writing, and I have some time while we're not shooting weddings.
True.
And so I decided that one of my little ventures that I'm going to do is called I'm going to be a Nula. Thanks, Lauren, for the name.
Well, who we saw on the Matchbook last week.
Yes, she was in last week's Matchbook. But so think of it as a doula, but for a new mom. And basically what I hope to do is kind of combine like the life coaching skills that I've learned through the classes that I've taken, and my being a mom and
your degree.
And I have my degree in early childhood special ed, so like using those skills. But basically just going in, and if it has to be on like FaceTime or Zoom or whatever, that's fine. Hopefully some of them will be in person. But just going in and like talking to new moms, helping show them things that worked for me, or just little skills that make like that time of life just a little bit easier, because I am just good with babies. I love babies. And I know how lonely that first little bit with a new baby is. And so even if it's just like talking to the moms and finding out, if there are ways that I could help them feel more settled or balanced.
Because it's scary too.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of people who are new to it, they don't know even simple things like, where do I put my baby if I need to take a shower? And then they go like a week without showering.
Right.
When you have the ability to be like, no, that's normal. Here's what you do. Set this here, do this here, and then you can take a shower safely and nothing's going to happen.
Yep.
You'll be amazing at that. This is something that Sarah has been doing for everybody we know and love for years. And it's just really funny that it never dawned on her that there's probably a lot of people that could use help at this. And it could be a way for you to, in a really fulfilling way, do something you love. And then also help us not be so poor.
Well, and I struggled with nursing. Most moms do. It's really not as easy and simple as you think it will be.
Yeah.
And I also had really fussy babies, so I have a lot of like tricks that work with that, and I feel like I'm good at listening to people, and so I want to do that and help new moms feel a little bit more seen and not so alone. So
a Nula.
That is my new venture. I'm going to be a Nula.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah. So if you know anyone who...
well, and that is the good thing, too, is with technology now, you can do that remotely with people, because I think that actually for a lot of people, that'll probably be easier. Because,
for sure.
I mean, I know like a lot of people, my mom, the idea of when you have a brand new baby and you're feeling so scattered and whatever, to have somebody come into your home might be like, oh God. Mm-hmm. But if you can just have like an hour-long Zoom call and check in multiple times a week and not have to go anywhere, not have to get dressed, not have to clean up your house for no reason, to have somebody just pop in and walk you through things and be there with you while you try things would be invaluable.
Yeah.
Cool. Good one.
Yeah.
Mine is not... My next one is not as cool as that. But so I've been thinking a lot about the future and about how it's 2024, and young me thought that 2024 sounded like it was Blade Runner. Mm-hmm. But then that never happened until now. 2024, something big is coming, and I don't know how expensive it's going to be. I need to read more about it, but flying taxis are going to start becoming a commonplace thing.
Where?
Cities all over the place. There's a few different companies that are doing this. They are legitimate flying taxis where you get in them, they raise up, and then they fly over traffic to bring you to where you need to be. And the crazy thing is, I'm sure at the beginning the costs are going to be high.
Yeah.
But just like when brand new flat screen TVs came out, they were $9,000 for a flat screen. Now you can go to Walmart and get a giant flat screen TV for $110.
Yeah.
So the fact that this technology is coming, and I'm sure there are kinks to be worked out. I probably won't get in until the kinks have been worked out.
Yeah, no, thank you.
But still, the idea that just some alternative ideas to deal with modern things and modern inconveniences are starting to happen. Because it sucks getting into a taxi and then just getting stuck in traffic for hours. Mm-hmm. And if there's going to be any kind of technology that starts alleviating some of that, and I know it's a slippery slope, and like then there'll be air congestion or whatever. But still, it's just exciting as a little boy me to read flying taxis are here in 2024. That's pretty wild. It feels like Fifth Element or something. Like Bruce Willis is going to fall out of the sky onto my car or something. So I just found that really interesting that that's coming, flying taxis.
Awesome.
And eventually, I mean, if it starts there, I mean, who knows? Maybe not too long from now, roads will be something we don't need as much of or something. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Who knows?
Anything could happen. So that's my number 2, 3.
Okay. My number 3 is a recipe, obviously, because I have to have a recipe for the week. Okay, whatever you're doing, stop it right now.
Yeah, really.
And go buy all of the ingredients.
Because I'm just cheating and looking at your thing. Mm-hmm. I saw the effects of this on the people who ate it, and it's
so freaking good.
Nothing short of delirium.
It was so good. Okay, I don't even love chocolate or cake, and this was insane. It's a chocolate bundt cake.
Abundant.
And
what is the origin of that word? I wonder.
I don't know. The recipe is from 2 peas in their pod. It is the most delicious cake ever.
Yeah, people who get migraines from chocolate, Lindsay, were like eating this despite
it's worth
the fact
it.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
It is so good.
So, okay, as an expert baker,
Yes.
looking in there, can you see anything in there that you can say, oh, maybe it
So
is this that makes it so
well, the process and the mixing and stuff was different slightly than
good? Okay.
other cakes that I've made, maybe
Okay.
a little bit. But I don't know, man. But it was insanely good. And I always cut the sugar a little bit. But even not cutting, there's not like a crazy amount of sugar. It is just delicious, and you need to make it.
All right.
And it's super easy to make too.
So we will share the recipe.
I'll share the recipe, and I'll write my little notes on.
Wait, does it say the nutrition?
Well, yeah, but you don't read nutrition for cakes.
No, I know, but you were saying you cut the sugar, so I was gonna say it's not because just looking at the ingredients, it doesn't even look that bad.
I did like 1 point or 1.25.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it went over really well, and she uses a special spiral bundt pan.
That's pretty.
We can link to that too, so people can enjoy it. It makes it just look fancier. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. It's
silicone though, and it's a little tricky to like transfer.
Do you have any tips for that?
Get a Steven or a friend.
Get a Beads and put it on. Did you put it on a cookie sheet? Yeah.
Yeah, he helped me transfer it onto the cookie sheet, but that was a little scary.
It was.
So, yep, that was my number
chocolate
3.
bundt. And we need to look up the origin of the word bundt because I want to know why there's a D before the T.
Yeah. It just makes me think of my Babe Fat Greek wedding because she talks about a bundt.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
Speaking of movies, that's my next one. A trailer for a new movie by A24 Studios, which is our favorite. This one looks batshit crazy, but great. Kristen Stewart.
Oh.
Ed Harris, who
Whoa.
looks insane in this movie. Okay. I mean, actually insane.
Okay.
Jenna Malone. What's the young Franco? Dave Franco. He's in it.
I have no idea.
It's called Love Lies Bleeding.
Ooh.
And it is, they kind of call it like a weird romantic thriller. So basically it's about Kristen Stewart falling in love with this girl who is jacked. She's like a bodybuilder girl.
Okay.
And they end up falling in love. And I don't really know what happens because the trailer is just insane. But they end up falling in love and then getting involved in some serious illegal mischief with Ed Harris. And it just looks, the way it is shot looks absolutely beautiful. The whole movie was shot in Albuquerque.
Oh.
But it just looks beautiful and scary and weird and twisted and...
Cool.
Yeah. There's 2 ravens doing their little love dance right now together. Yeah, Love Lies Bleeding. Okay. I'll link the trailer. It just looks freaking nuts.
Okay.
So that's my next one. I watched it today and I was like, oh, baby. And Kristen Stewart's just incredible.
She is amazing. Okay.
Next.
My number 4 is another service I'm going to be adding to my life that I already have been doing, but I want to like kind of, I don't know, make it better.
And like make an a la carte type situation.
So you know that we shoot weddings. One of our favorite types of weddings are elopements, or very small intimate weddings. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things that we've been talking about is with anyone, but especially with our LGBT couples, sometimes they are going into an elopement with just the 2 of them and they're feeling maybe a little bit overwhelmed by all the things that they have to figure out, or they're feeling a little bit sad that they won't have family members or friends there, that they either are not supportive or just they decided they just wanted to do the 2 of them for their own privacy. I'm going to start offering a planning service for those elopements. And so I can do all the things. Like I can plan where you get married, where you stay, we'll do a timeline. I can make your flower bouquet for you. I can zip you into your dress. Times. I can walk you down the aisle. We can be your witnesses and sign the marriage certificate.
I can officiate.
Tyler can officiate.
Which I've done.
We can make all the things happen. I can pick up your cake and bring it to the wedding. We can do all of those things. And like I said, we've been doing a lot of those things, but it hasn't been really as clear what will happen and what we can do. And so I feel like this will help our couples who are feeling overwhelmed be like, oh, well, we could just ask, we can just have them do it. And then we can just show up and enjoy our day and not be stressed, because the planning of these kinds of weddings is my favorite. It's not stressful at all. It's my favorite thing. And to be able to make people feel like, I don't know, even for us, because it was our second wedding, I think that we both were like, well, it's not going to feel like a wedding.
Yeah.
But it totally did.
It absolutely
did.
did.
The planning of that was so much fun. And I think that everybody deserves that. They all deserve to have like a wedding feel like a special celebration, even if it's just the two of them and us there, or whoever might be there. But so that's something that I'm going to be working on in the next couple weeks, is getting that kind of narrowed down. And
that's a great one, because we, like Sarah said, we end up doing that all the time. If you've worked with us before, I think chime in on this one, or you can leave a comment or whatever you want. But if we've shot your wedding, the chances are good that we have bustled your dress and made your bouquets and pinned your boutonnieres, and sometimes we've been your witnesses, or I've officiated it, or there's been a poem written for it, or we've helped with the vows, or we do all of those things on top of doing the photos. And I don't know why it took us so long to realize that there's a lot of people that, and like you said, especially in the LGBT community, who feel isolated in this whole process. And so they end up, a lot of times, sadly, we've seen, they end up just saying, we don't need that. We just don't need that. And they go to a courthouse and they get married, and then they feel regret for that, because they deserve to be celebrated. And there's been times where like it's just been me and you as the witnesses and everything. And it's been beautiful. We did it in Belize. We did it in England. And
I think part of the reason I wanted to do this is not for like the extra money or whatever, which obviously it would help us.
We definitely need help.
But that's not why. I think just laying it out there for people, like you said, who are thinking, oh, I can't do all that. Like, it's so stressful. I don't want to do that. We're just going to go to the courthouse. Even if that's not what they really want. I wanted to put it in like a nice little package with like a la carte options so that they could look at that and realize, oh, wait, we can have all of the things that we've dreamed about having. And you will have at least two people there who are absolutely 110%
ferocious
on your team
allies.
And there to celebrate your love. And so that was, and
that's awesome.
It's not just LGBT couples.
No.
It's
everybody.
Anyone, any couple who is interested
even
in
if
this.
you just want a fun destination adventure, we specialize in that. I mean, good Lord, we planned a 2.5-week adventure with 26 people of our family, 2 separate families in Scotland, and every detail was covered. And we had a technical difficulty. We got a phone call in the form of Johanna Maria calling. So I think the last thing we said was, every detail of that Scotland trip was covered, and everybody had the time of their lives, and we had the time of our lives.
And I don't think, another thing that I don't think people think about or realize maybe, is the money you save in doing an elopement or just an intimate wedding. Like, even going all the way to Scotland with all those people, it was way cheaper than a big wedding here.
Because I read somewhere that the average wedding cost now, was between $40,000 and $50,000 in the United States. That's average. And you don't have to do that.
No.
Like, you should not do that. I mean, unless you really wanna. But like, you don't. There's options, and I'm psyched for that. Yeah. Between that and your Nula, it's fun to watch you realize how much value you have and what you're already capable of, and to get over the imposter syndrome that you carry around, because you are so many things to so many people, and you don't give yourself enough credit for it. And so to even just see you like get excited about it is exciting for me, because it's things that I've been trying to tell you for a long time, and to finally have you get excited about it, it means you're believing it a little bit.
Well, and saying it here, it means I have to do it.
It does,
so
yeah.
I'm doing it.
Perfect. Okay. I only have two more. One of them's just short, but this one. So this article that I just read, how 10 minutes of silence can completely change your day. Excuse me. So this article is very short, and it just talks about how if everybody started implementing 10 minutes of silence into their day. And the cool thing about it is they're even suggesting, so meditation has been something that's been part of both of our lives for a long time. We haven't had enough time to do it, which is a bad excuse. But for people who haven't even done that, this is a really awesome thing, because it is even saying that those 10 minutes of silence can be while you're walking or cleaning or cooking or doing whatever. The whole idea is to give yourself those 10 minutes of space of just pure silence, where you're not having headphones on, you're not looking at your phone, you're not doing anything else. And then once you get the feel of that, then separating it out and taking 10 minutes of meditation. And that can come later, and that can be breath focused. But it's just, it's the changes that happens to your brain when you allow yourself even 10 minutes of just absolute silence. Oh. So it's a cool article. Yeah, it was a good reminder, again, as we're stepping into 2024, to be like, we need some healthy practices.
Yeah.
And by we, I mean all of us. Yeah. And so 10 minutes of silence is something that everybody can handle.
Yeah.
So that was my number 4.
Perfect. Those are your number 4?
Well, 5, because I read one first. So 5.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
5. Sorry.
My number 5 is a gift from you.
Oh.
It's this.
Oh my gosh.
Himalayan cedar Nepali.
Yeah.
Why did I want to say Nepali? Oh, Nepalese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think.
Rope incense, and it smells so good.
How would you?
I can't describe it.
So the cool thing about this incense,
it's kind of sweet, but not like vanilla-y. Oh, it smells. And it's
the weird thing
good.
Was the inside the rope.
Let's see if it looks like.
Looks like that. You could do the whole pack. Maybe that'd be easier to see. Yeah, there you go. So inside each little coil is like cedar dust.
Oh, it smells
Oh my God, it smells so good. And it's very subtle. So if you're not a super incense fan, this is a really good way. The reason I got her this, it's a really purifying incense, and they use it all over the Himalayas and in Nepal and Tibet, in homes and in monasteries and everything else. They use it almost daily as like a foundational scent.
It smells
one of the ones I almost bought, but I don't think I'll buy it. There's another version called agarwood or agarwood. It has psychoactive properties, and so it says only for advanced practitioners, because literally the smoke can make you, it opens the third eye, but basically that just means it makes you feel trippy.
No, I don't want to do that.
This one doesn't. This one just makes you feel calm and peaceful.
Yeah,
it's wonderful. All right, is that it for you?
Yeah, except for my Rowdy Mermaid.
Go ahead.
That I'm drinking. I don't know if anybody likes kombucha, but
let me hide.
If you do, this Rowdy Mermaid Roaring Pineapple is amazing, and I love it.
You do love that. Don't they have one for your tummy too? It's called like something belly, like Rowdy Belly.
Oh yeah, and this one's made in Boulder, Colorado.
Very cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, you do like that. Is it a little more expensive than normal?
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
But it's worth it.
It's so good.
Treat yourself. My last one is just a song, and I had remembered it from before, but then it just came up again because Sarah and I took the wild experience of watching the movie that it was in over the last few days. We watched Saltburn. Not sure if you've seen Saltburn.
Don't watch it with your parents.
Don't watch it with your parents or your kids. Don't watch it if you've recently taken a bath. Yeah, that's gross. But the song, This Modern Love by Block Party, I used to love that song, and I totally forgot about it. And then it came on the movie, and it was just a cool thing to hear it in the movie. The movie was wacky and sort of pretentious, kinda. I liked it, but also I was like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I agree.
It kind of felt like it felt like a long episode of Euphoria, kind of.
For sure.
Yeah,
but
it was good.
I definitely felt like bits of Romeo and Juliet,
Yep.
the new, like the modern
The
one.
Baz Luhrmann
Yes.
one. Yeah.
I definitely felt that, which was a good feeling.
It was.
Oh,
If you are
only
going to
for
watch
about
it.
4 seconds did I feel that, but still, that
Yeah. It's rough.
Yeah.
But that song was fun to hear it, and I played it the other day, and it made me happy. So that's my last one, just a song.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Well, good job. We
This
did
is
it.
a little disjointed. 'Cause
Yeah, and we're recording about 6 hours later in the day than we usually do. We just got back from the airport, and so we were like, oh man, we have to make a matchbook.
So here we are.
So here we are. Sorry if I look a little insane with my hair. Laura, if you're watching, I need a haircut. My mohawk is no longer a mohawk. It's now just a mop. So we'll have a cool weekend. Like we said, if you are a new mom, Sarah's here. If you're looking for a wedding photographer, we would literally love to be part of your day.
Or wedding or elopement planning.
The elopement stuff, we would really, really love to be part of because it's
I might
our
also
passion.
add day of planning
Yeah.
for some weddings. Not huge weddings.
But for weddings
that's
you
just-
can't maybe be there to photograph.
Right.
Yeah.
Day of planning for like small weddings. I
Yeah.
think I could handle that
You could
too.
definitely
So
handle. You could handle big
we've
weddings.
been to a few weddings. So I think
I think
can
we're
do it.
rounding the corner. We might already be over it. I think we're almost over 200 weddings, which is a lot of
It's a lot of weddings.
Yeah. So,
All right.
well, we love you a lot. Have a cool day. Yeah. Engage in the comments and we can all
We'd
talk.
love to hear what you think of our new adventures and
Yeah. And if you have
adventures
advice
and-
too, if you
yeah.
have advice towards this for either of us,
we'd love
let
to
us
hear
know.
it.
All right.
All
We'll
right.
see you next Friday. Bye.
Bye.